Hey everybody, this is Clan Jar, and this is week three synchronous bright space meeting, and I will be replying to the saved Zoom meeting. And first of all, I'm going to start with I think that uh, Professor Hart. I think that was amazing how you decided to go back to, after retirement, you still substitute taught and worked at the school library, just to know how times have changed in order to teach us better. And I think that doing things like that are truly what separate real educators from good educators from some that aren't may not be as good. Um, as far as the ELL and COVID extra support, um, Ruben says stay a little longer in the classroom, maybe after class. Um, that could be a good, that could be good, so long as the student has the capacity to stay over as well. That could work. And then Alex says place the students in small groups and place the ELL student with at least one student who you the teacher, are used to performing well. A student that performs well, that works well with others, a student you can rely on and trust. Would want to put the ELL with that student. It seemed like our classmate Angel agreed with small group for collaborative learning. And congratulations, Angel, on starting your student teaching tomorrow, or which would have been, I think, a couple days ago now. Online learning materials. Um, and also, Angel, thank you for your comments and showing us and teaching us about how you yourself um, um, came to the United States already in the second grade, and you had to learn English, and you had to still perform. So you were learning not only the language, but you were learning the academic side of it. So that's really impressive, and I appreciate you bringing that up. And I like what you said about reading but not comprehending. I've noticed that as well. Um, some ELLs, and this is, I noticed this. I'm from a very Hispanic community. I was born and raised here, and all my friends, well, not all my friends, but probably 99% of them are Hispanic. And when I went to school, and also when now that I'm starting my student teaching, I do notice that there are a lot of ELLs who can conversate with peers um, about common day to day things. Yet, just because they can have conversations with their friends or teachers, they don't comprehend. They don't comprehend so much text, whether it be literature, or expository text, or fictional text. So whether it's the, even if they can read the words, they're not comprehending, and this could be due to maybe the rate that they read, or maybe the fact that they don't know enough, have strong enough of a vocabulary to push them through. But yeah, so that was a good point about not being able conversating, reading, speaking, but not comprehending. Hope says if there's statistics are important to a tiny school or school district, and Professor Hart says that, well, we got to, you got to take into consideration the the study you're looking at. I mean, if the study is based off of 100 students and you're comparing your uh, school that has 500 students to it, then it's not going to make sense. Um, yeah, I had brought up the whole speaking a second language thing in order to get hired. It seems that a lot of school districts are saying here where I live are pushing for teachers who are bilingual. Um, Alex says that our test score is given to the teacher, and yes, of course. As a matter of fact, it's imperative that teachers have test scores because they can they can see if what they're doing is working, and then this way they can keep it up. If they see advancement, then they just keep up what they're doing. But if they see stagnation or deficit or a decrease in scores, then we know that we have to adjust. Angela says, are there full-time ELs? And also she says, besides assessing, how else do we assess students? And Professor Hart says that there's plenty of students who don't do well on objective tests. So the goal is to find other ways to have them demonstrate their knowledge of subject matter, whether it be through group work. They can show their leadership skills through that participation. They can present and write. Writing is a big thing. Professor Hart says that practice with writing is very important, especially for ELLs. That he says that you have to make sure that they do basic writing and vocabulary every day. Uh, there's no portfolio on the syllabus, which I knew. I don't know where our class came up with that stuff. And for like the final draft of our presentation, it should be able to be printed out, hole punch, and put in a binder in order to show a principal if we wanted to. It should have a title. It should have a good form, title page, table of contents, have numbered pages, chapters. Um, Chapter 1 will be called Introduction. Chapter 2 will be called How to Write a Literary Review, or maybe Literary Review. No, How to Write a Literary Review. And Chapter 3 will be Literary Review and Methodology. Chapter 4 will be the Reflection. Um, in the reflection, we could also see how our views combined um, with the objective writing, uh, how they clash or how they complement each other. And then Professor Howard talks about Title One, and that it used to be K through 12, and now it's more like a TK through 12, and then it's the largest federal program for national uh, education, and that's not national university, that's the nation, the United States. Um, and the a big goal is for them to have equal education for all students, regardless of ability, socioeconomic situations, backgrounds, religion, anything. And then we learned that Title One does usually expects that the community is a poor one. They don't help middle class or higher communities. And the more Title One students we have, the more the program gets money. Professor Hart talks about his time as Title One department head, and that he had to make 2 home visits per year, and that Title One money can be used for field trips, to get teachers' aids, buy books, whether they be scholastic books or comic books, so long as they're age appropriate, they're reading level appropriate, etc. Also also it helps also that Title One money can be used to pay salaries and used for field trips and used to purchase or improve technology. But this all must relate to the ELL students. The funds can't be used for anybody else or any other program. And thank you all very much, and I'll see you next week.